A judge keeping temporary protected status in place for 60,000 migrants from Central America and Asia. That includes those from Nepal, Nicaragua, and Honduras. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem saying conditions in those countries are better and no longer warrant protections. Some in Honduras, though, beg to differ.
There's no president and there's nothing. We've never seen that before in 25 years. So what do they do when they come to Honduras? Here, there's no work, there's nothing. There's no health care, there's nothing.
Joining us now, Michael Wilds, managing partner of the leading immigration law firm of Wilds and Weinberg, PC, immigration attorney for First Lady Melania Trump and her family, also the author of Safe Haven in America. Michael, welcome back this week. Appreciate your time. Let's start with the situation in both Honduras and Nicaragua. I mean, do migrants still have a case that it is not safe to be there?
It's an interesting experience, Marnie. This is the United States showing extraordinary hospitality through its temporary protected system, this status. TPS is generally accorded to countries where there is extraordinary political upheaval, tsunamis, earthquakes. It is really a biblical kind of extension of hospitality. Some of these countries never recover, whether they are from man-made disasters, politics, or God-struck events, Mother Nature, and so forth. The real question, Marnie, is whether or not these individuals are trying to just stay away from tough economic times in their home country, and they're using that as an excuse to be here. What's happening here, the Homeland Security Secretary has returned on a political promise by the president to return people. And they can move large swaths of Ukrainians and Venezuelans and Hondurans out of America by canceling this program. A federal judge is going to say a little differently, and this is thankfully the kind of checks and balances that our founding documents and parents envisioned, that maybe it's not in America's best interest to kind of put an immediate halt. Maybe America's economic interests or these families who have developed significant ties in being in the United States for so long deserve a greater notification, or maybe conditions in these countries. We don't know. I don't know, frankly, if Honduran politics has gone from bad to worse. And we should study that, is what a federal judge is saying. So where there's politics with the administration, the courts are saying we want to study whether or not this swift removal is judicious. The way we do things, a federal judge is saying, is as important as the hospitality we accorded in the first place.
Right. Prudent to have these important conversations. So the protection's now in place while the case proceeds. The next hearing is November. So what would you advise, Michael, these people to be doing in the interim?
Get their house in order. Make sure that if there are strong ties and equity has been developed, to go see a good immigration lawyer who might be able to pivot the family or the individual to another status, so you're not subject to the political theater that we see in the courts. It's so important to understand that some of these TPS are actually governable status, and you can pivot to other work visas or business visas. I teach business immigration lawyer. A business immigration lawyer, in addition to a good family or litigator, ought to be able to look to see whether or not a person has to wait to see how this plays out in court, or if they are dependent on the court outcome, they have to be thoughtful and understand the competing interests. We simply don't know how these judges are going to rule. And again, this is a beautiful, majestic notion of checks and balances, where the president is returning on a promise that he was transparent about, but the courts are going to make sure it's done judiciously.
During the first Trump administration, there was a similar legal challenge, but that fight took 5 years in the courts. Do you expect this will take as long?
It could. It could take a long time because, everybody is being given a gentleman or gentlelady's opportunity to present their case, and the courts will take time to deliberate. Also, it's a very important notion, and this is why people should not go into a panic. I'm a former federal prosecutor myself. I protected America from really bad people. But good people that are here, that had children and are joining our military and police forces or engaged in active employment, should not be put out on the street like that. Again, earthquakes were not made by the United States. And if we are going to be the cop of the world, that comes with some measure of responsibility. The courts are going to temper the politics here and get to the core of this. It may take time.
Yeah, a balance of law and compassion, it sounds like. Michael Wilds, thank you as always.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Still